Hello guys, welcome back to the stream. I guess I haven't streamed in a long while. I have been doing other stuff, but you know, life can get really complex sometimes. So I stopped streaming for a while. Hopefully this is not too loud. All right. So I've been playing on and off, to be honest, Minecraft on the world that I beat hardcore. Just because while I was doing other stuff, I did this to keep myself entertained. So let me show you what I've done. Last time I had this farm, my standard farm here, and this has been running for a while now, but I've done other stuff. This is my new farm, and as you can see, I have quite a bit of blocks of iron now. Also have this small bone meal thingy, but it's only to get rid of the roses, not to really have a bone meal farm. For that I have that one there. This farm used to be a triple what do you call it, golem spawner, but a raid happened here and pretty much I think that pod died and one of these pods lost a villager, so it's no longer a triple spawner, it's a single spawner because these guys are fine. But it was not all bad. I captured two vindicators with being raid leaders, which was very useful for the next farm I was doing. I also pretty much transformed my villagers with the help of zombies. I have two zombies here, or one. I don't remember if one died. No, I still have two. I have those zombies there that I used to transform the villagers. I also built a small pumpkin farm. I'm sorry. It works fine. It's not really that complex. I have beaten the wither quite a few times by now, so I have a quadruple beacon. I have a basalt farm. A fancy but not that useful how do you call it, bamboo farm, but that uses bone meal with a double speed clock, two double speed clocks that speed bone meal really fast, and this one that crafts them. It crafts really fast, but it needs a lot of bone meal, so it's not that useful. I have also this micro farm that is useful for getting large amount of crops, but it uses a ton of bone meal. And I also have this bone meal farm that produces quite a bit, but it's running 24/7, so it's not the fastest. You need a large what do you call it, multiple models of this one to be able to keep up with the generation. Also have my elytra, and even I have the trims and the netherite upgrade. This is pretty much my dump chest. I dump here everything I don't know what to do with. This is a very nice bone meal farm, but I also put an auto crafter here. Signal, max level signal with comparator going into another comparator. This is in subtraction mode. When this signal reaches the maximum, it powers this block, which powers this redstone, which powers this what you call it, repeater, which powers this block, which powers this guy, the crafter, which outputs a bomb block. It's quite useful. At first you think it's really complicated, but it's really not. It's really simple. As you can see, I have a flying machine over there with a bamboo farm. That one is the one that produces the most amount of bamboo. This one doesn't produce that much bamboo, but it's wired up so each individual bamboo will grow up and trigger only one piston, so it's useful, but it's not the most effective one, to be completely honest. Also try to give in some kind of design, but I'm not really good at designing things, so I think it looks okay. I kinda copied someone else. Well, not completely, only on these things, which I thought looked good. Oh shit! I forgot there's zombie there. Right. I also have this cobblestone generator, which works really nice. It's a duper from TNT. I turn it on, and the cobblestone generates as the explosion happens, so sometimes it doesn't even render. It generates quite a bit of cobblestone, but I cannot leave it unloaded because this thing will blow up, so just gonna turn it off. So I have to be careful to not mess with the timings, because if not, this thing will blow up anyway. That's fine. This is my bamboo farm, the one that produces the most. It's not fully closed. It has some loss here with the bamboo, but it works really nicely. It's loaded with this chunk loader. I have a few chunk loaders in the area. I have a chunk loader there. I have a chunk loader there. This is my ugly farm. This was at the beginning of the game. I made this so I could have a sugarcane and bamboo. This is a triple bamboo farm, but it's not that efficient. But still, it served me well, so it's not bad, I think. Let's see. All right. This one actually produces quite a bit of bamboo. These are bamboo blocks, so pretty much most of my wood is here right now, and it's quite a simple mechanism. We have this is an inverted clock, I guess, if you could call it like that. Whenever it's nighttime, this will trigger the redstone lamp, which will be detected by the observer, which will power this sticky piston with this redstone block, and this will extend, making it so it will trigger, but it will not trigger twice. So this is what happens, and whenever it triggers again, it goes back to the correct position. So it triggers once per day. It goes that way, comes back. So this is a really nice playing machine, but it has a problem that sometimes the bamboo will glitch through the terracotta here. It's terracotta, so it doesn't stick to the flying machine. But it's nice. And downstairs it's only a crafter, but it's just a clock, a normal clock with two observers. It's quite nice. But this, even though it's quite tall, sometimes the bamboo will actually get on top of it, so it maybe needs to be taller. But it's fine. Even if it's something, some of the bamboo is lost, it doesn't matter that much. I have more wood that I can use. I have my enchanted station here, which was okay, but it's not really that important. I have my lava generator, which I use to power my smelter. Oh, the buckets. This is my smelter. There are better ways to do this, but I use this to generate a smooth stone for farms. This is my quadruple beacon with all the effects active. This is my bee farm. I first had to do this one, which is a bee breeder. Small bees will come through here, but they cannot go back up. So it's always enough to generate for one of these beehive. Actually, I have two here. It's always enough to fill one of those, so it's good. This is my snow farm. It works quite well, but I don't need that much stone, not much snow. So it's already, I already used a bunch of it, but still have a ton of it left, so it's fine, I guess. This was my first slime. No, this is my second slime farm. It produces quite a lot of slime, but I made my own design later and produces more, so I no longer use this one, but I still have some slime left over here. This one uses oozing potion, and the other farm I did also uses oozing potion, but that one produces wither roses, so I don't use this one anymore. Down here I have another few things. I have an old style slime farm with 2 golems trapped. This one was the one I used to get the first slime balls enough for making a housing potion. And this took so long. It took super long to get 9 slime, so I don't use it. I haven't destroyed it, but I don't use it anymore. Over here we have the... I was digging using moss at the beginning before I had my moss farm, but it's personally I find it kind of boring, so I haven't done much since with this place. This is my amethyst farm. You can get here amethyst, and I have another. It's actually another amethyst, but I don't remember exactly where it is. But since it's not loaded, I don't really. I can only use that one. The other one is not loaded, so some resources I did while strip mining. Now here's my other amethyst. I marked it. But this place is not loaded, so it's not really growing. So I don't really come here. This is a standard teleporter using Frostwalker. But I have another teleporter that works as even if that gets patched out because it's not a Nintendo mechanic. I have another teleporter around here. If that ever gets patched out. Right in the edge here. This is a daylight detector. How do you call it? Teleporter. And it's used like this. This is a max max delay repeater into an observer, into a not observer, comparator, into a block with a redstone active, so this is stays on top. So what happens is whenever you have a strong signal from the daylight detector, it closes and opens, but it doesn't close and open just because. It actually, it's hard to trigger this one. So there's only one thing that will trigger it, and that is sleeping when the moon is halfway up. If it's not all the way halfway up, it will not trigger even if it makes a night. So it's a funny way to do a teleporter that relies on me sleeping. Doesn't really rely on me on the time of day, even though it seems that way. So it's a fun mechanic to use. This is a good teleporter, and even you can do it with I don't know, a dropper, and probably you can do a 3 day, 4 day cycle, so it doesn't really affect you unless you pass I don't know, that amount of days. For now, I'll show you also my this. This is my gunpowder farm using looting tree with piglin. So how this work is, I have a snowman hitting a pigman, a snow golem, sorry, and this is the piglin. Actually, can't see the snowman. Well, it's an aggro mechanic that the piglins have. That this one will tell in an area that it's getting hit by this one, and this will aggro onto the snowman. Use the spear, and the spear will kill the creepers that fall down here. And it processes quite a bit of gunpowder, but I actually have enough gunpowder for a while, so I haven't used it in some time now. Right? It was a fun mechanic. It's a 5 layer gunpowder farm, so I don't really need to even AFK for long here for it to pretty much produce anything I have or I want. I did it because I wanted netherite, and to do it, I wanted to use TNT mining, and you can see the effects here. You can see the what do you call it, the creepers being hit by the snowman. It's a snowman base and not cat base because the cat base is really unstable. For some reason, cats are bugged since a few versions passed, so they no longer are that reliable in when using this kind of farms. Sometimes they'll just start walking on their own, and if they are pushed or they walk or they stop being sitting, what will happen is that they will actually die, and the most creeper farms are not producing that much with cats because they actually tend to die. This is not the best way of doing an aggro based system because it's, as you can see, these creepers here take a long time to get aggro by the snowman that are in the middle. But on the other hand, you can see the one that goes left and right over there is the piglin that is aggro. It's killing them quite fast, so it produces a lot. Even though it doesn't seem that effective, it actually does produce a lot. All right. Now let me show you the teleporter. I don't really use it that much because I lose my bed. But as you can see, I'm back at my base. Let me go. Oh, come on. It's effective. It's an effective teleporter. Let me get back my bed. Now I broke my witch farm because I was modifying it. Actually, I believe was today or yesterday. I think it was in the middle of the night. Maybe not. So I've seen quite a few of these designs online, and the problem is that this thing will blow up because they don't have this thing that blocks the view of the creepers. If the creepers do manage to see him, they will actually blow up. Also, as an extra measure, he could be hitting him directly, but the problem is that if the creepers receive a certain amount of hits, I believe they will blow up, regardless of if they can see the enemy. So to avoid that, I actually use this one aggroed onto that pigment, and it works fine. It actually works quite fine. This is unnecessary, but I really like to have it spawn proof. So no wonder a trader or anything spawns here. Now let me show you my raid farm. I still like this one better because I can pretty much teleport back home whenever I want. There are other designs of this mechanic, but they use tripwire and and a comparator clock, fate clock, to do the same thing. But you have to stay. It works on servers, and you have to stay off for a few seconds for it to work. It's a nice design, but this one is good enough for me since I'm on a single player world. All right, now let's go to my raid farm. Since the stacking mechanics of raid farms have been nerfed, there's no point in doing a stacking farm. So this is a single raid farm with a single villager all the way up there. I have milk for if I need for some reason. Where is it? You can see him up there. Yeah, it's up there. That's a villager. And this is a calibrated skulk sensor that will detect pretty much anything. So this place only has 6 available spawning spots, and it will pretty much push anything that spawns here into the hole below. And if it's big enough, like the big bulls, I forgot their name, they will get pushed into the nether, and in the nether there's lava. So it's quite little for anything. I'll lose the saddles, but I don't really have a use for the saddles anyway. And I have way more totems of undying than I need. You only have to use it. You really you can use any level of bad omen, but I think you need level 3 or more to be able to get hero of the village. We go up, we trigger the raid. Then we go down and we wait. The timer has to go back to 0 before the raid spawns, so pretty much this farm is not instantaneous, but it produces quite a bit. Also, each level of the potion gives another wave, so I have quite a bit of them because I have a farm especially for these ones, which is good. Alright, now they should start falling any moment now. There is no available spawning spot except up there. And that's it. That's the farm, but it produces quite a bit of emeralds, redstone, and a bunch of other stuff. Totems. But this will fill up quite easily, so I pretty much just get rid of them. I don't need that much totems anyway in a single player world, and I have always a backlog of them. I have a spider farm dedicated, so I don't really need the spider eyes. This is not the most efficient because I could have I've thought of it, but I'm gonna probably put a dispenser with a water bucket that leads into how do you call it, into auto sorter, because this manual sorting is kind of annoying. I keep the bottles only. That's the only thing I keep of the extra loot. The rest I burn. And this is how I have so many balls besides the raid farm, so it's nice. Whenever I get 9 stacks of items, I stop using it because I have pretty much for a while. So alright, what have I not shown? Like I said, this one is running 24/7 with the chunk loader, so if I ever need some kind of crop, I only use this microphone, which is really useful. Let me show you, but I need some space. This can stay. Alright, now let's do I guess I'll do wheat. Wheat is useful to do. Oh yeah, I need 3. So this is a microfarm. Let me clear up some space because I need 9 slots. Here it is. So the way it works is basically this kind of farm requires light level. Any farmland requires light level for you to be able to use it. So here is complete darkness, right? Whenever we activate this farm, the clock speeds really fast bone meal, and also opens and closes this piston, which allows the light level to be different. Alright. Which allows me to just about see this. And what happens is the bone meal constantly is making the farms grow instantly. So we end up having a quite fast farm. There's only one problem. It eats through bone meal like crazy. So unless you have a big supply of bone meal, I cannot really use that one. But it's useful because in a few seconds I got a stack and a half of this. And the extra wheat seeds I can actually compost them. Yep. This is a manual composter. It's really simple. Well, not really manual, but this is extra. Alright. Now, I should probably leave one. It's always useful to have a bundle with you, because it only can hold one stack of anything, but even if that is the case, my spruce logs, that can stay. I think I had a boat on me, and the crafting table probably. Alright. So yeah, that's fine. I actually have a... I'm missing a shulker. Where did I leave my other shulker? I have to find it. So yeah, this is a very useful farm. I actually have quite a bit of cobblestone. And I've used a ton. So I don't really need to have this on all the time. And it fills up that much storage in a few hours, so it's not bad. Not bad at all. Also, this one is quite funny because it uses so much bone meal, it's ridiculous. This is a double speed clock. So this fires bone meal like crazy. This is also a double speed clock. Alright, now let's go to the nether. Oh yeah. I keep refilling this because I don't really need that much for smelting. But whenever I do, this chest goes away really fast. So I try to keep it topped off. This is my... Before I had the lighter, I used that tunnel to get to the nether. Because I have the soul speed. But I have a lighter and it's faster to fly with the lighter, so I don't use it that much anymore. And this is my nether. I have a ton of arms right now. Let's see. Right. Let's start with this. This is a pillager I plan to use. It's a pacified pillager. If you sit on a boat with a pillager, he will shoot you, but he cannot hit you. So eventually his bow will break. And this is a pacified villager. It's amazing for iron farms, but right now I have to redesign my farm because it doesn't work properly. But once I have the villagers in place, I will take him to the overworld to be in that place. Also, he interferes with raids, so I don't really have an error where I have raids. It's just there. And this is where the guys from the raid arrive. You can see the... what you call it? Ravager? The Ravager is right there, right? So what happens is he will fall down or despawn. So he falls down. Oh, he didn't fall down. Well, I have no use for him anyway. He will die here, and I don't have to deal with him on the raid, so it's fine. Now, this is where I have my old food source, which is just a very simple hoglin farm. Hoglins will run up here, fall here, and then will give me tons of raw pork chop. I could use lava instead of these campfires, but raw pork chop actually has a ton of uses. I'll take a few. In terms of emeralds. And it ends up translating to me having better rates if I do the raw pork chop instead of the cooked one. Oh, it's not that complex, so I'll leave it there. This one is my trading, my bartering farm. I drop the gold there, they'll give me items, and then I'll start getting tons of different types of items. It's been a while since I used this because I don't really need that much of whatever they gave me. I used them to get soul spilled books and other materials. Potions are really nice, but you have to use redstone to make them 8 minutes, so that's that. So this is my ocean monument. It's actually already looted, but I haven't built my guardian farm, so this one is waiting for me to do that. Now, what is this? This is my first pillager outpost I got, but this one is not good. The way it cuts into the terrain is not good for me, so I didn't use no? No, this is not it. Why do I have this? Oh, it's for the snow. Never mind. This is my snow farm to get powder snow, but I don't really use it. You can only use it for a few things, like slowing down mobs and oh yeah, this is an ancient city. I already looted it, but it still has some things. So pretty much I explored it completely. But I haven't destroyed all the... I don't remember the name of those things that spawn the scary guys. I keep forgetting their name. Pretty much this is going to be a farm later for those guys, but I don't really have much use of this place for now, unless I build a farm, so I haven't really gone into it that much. Oh yeah, I believe this is my... What is this? Is this my pillager? Yes, this is my pillager. This is actually my farm. So what happens here is that they will spawn in a, I believe, 5x5 radius of the farm. This is not a complete farm, because it has a few problems. But pretty much all I do is we have walls all around and torches on the center for villagers to be unable to spawn. They see a golem that's down here and they'll try to go for him, but they cannot really kill him. So they'll fall here and they'll give me banners and potions. So it's a nice farm, but I don't really have that much of use for it right now, since I already have so many potions. The only use I have for potion is if I do. I'm gonna AFK a bit so you can see how it works. So this is not a complete farm because I haven't really mob proof the area. So many of the mobs actually spawn on the outer ring, making it so it's not that effective right now. Let's see, here's the front of it. I don't have any mods on this game, so let's see. Since you can see the hitbox of everything I have, you can see the mobs down there. As you can see, they run to the center, but they cannot shoot the golem, so they fall down. And actually, it's quite effective for producing bottles. This has not been expanded 2 chunks. I need to expand it 2 chunks so it can work properly. And I have to take down all the trees in the area for it to be really effective, and have to get rid of some little mountains here that can spawn other kinds of enemies. So right now it's not that effective, but it's not bad. Actually not that bad. And this one is used because obviously I need the ominous bottle for raid farm and for the trial chamber. All right. Let's wait for a little bit. The problem I have is that I don't really want to get near, because even though they cannot shoot the golem, they can actually shoot me, ready the bow and shoot me and hit the golem, and I don't want to replace him. Alright, let's take some bad omen. Let's take 2 and 3. That should be fine. It will be faster to return like this. Alright. This is 2 stairs, so it doesn't. So it can always regenerate the water in the middle. And this one has a trapdoor, so it doesn't matter. This cannot freeze. But these are waterlogged stairs because of that. Alright. What I was saying, you can actually use this to trade with him. Right now it's 2, but if I go and do a raid, it can go down to 1. I can also transform in again in a zombie and transform him back, but I'm kind of lazy. It's kind of annoying to do, if I'm being honest. And I can also buy for each pork shop that I have here. I can buy 5 of the cooked pork shop. I can also buy the golden carrots, 3 for 1 emerald. But these and the golden carrots are almost the same, so it all depends on what you want. Let's see. If I need experience, I also can do this. If I need food, I can do this. So it's whatever. Alright. Have enough. These steps are to make sure I don't actually hit the bottom of the soul sand. Sometimes it happens. It doesn't really happen with 6 blocks down, but this is to make sure I never hit it, so it's fine. Have an pearl, that's fine. Have 2 ally there, but I haven't really replaced my armadillos with allies. That is what I want to do. Right. Now this is not really everything I have around here. So for example, my wither skeleton farm is this one. So it's based on the mechanism that you can make a wither skeleton spawn on nether bricks inside of the bounding chunk of the fortress. So this one works on base of that. There's a variation of this farm that actually uses a piston with timing, so you despawn everything that is not a wither skeleton. But as is, it really works okay. The only thing you have to do is pretty much what you call it, fill your slots with skeleton heads, or yeah, pretty much, and wait here. I reduce the render distance because if you have striders, they count towards the mob cap. So by reducing the render distance and the simulation distance, even if there's a lava lake nearby, you won't catch the striders, or you will catch less striders at least. It is very important for this kind of farms because if you don't do it, sometimes you find yourself not having any kind of spawns. This one has to pass like a minute for it to start because they go to they spawn down there, they go to the overworld, then they go through the portal and they go to the portal here, and then they start falling after enough of them have gathered there. They will start falling here, but it takes a little while. But once it starts spawning it a lot of these guys. This is also the way I have my coal. I use this more as a coal and bone farm than as a wither skeleton farm because I have a lot of wither skulls right now. I don't really need that many. Since this is a single player world, I don't really need that many. And the wither skeleton heads are useful, but sometimes you can use them in farms. For example, you can use them as a fast downloader with to line up the minecarts. I had to show you, but I don't have any build up, so it's for fast downloaders. Pretty much you use the Wither Skeleton hitbox to line up a minecart with hopper, so it breaks in a cauldron with lava, but it doesn't destroy obviously the minecart, and all the items get shoot out. So it's quite a nice way to do it. Now, there's a way to give maintenance to this farm, to that portal, but there's a big problem with that. Is that if I go through there, I'm gonna die. There's so many more wither skeletons on the overworld right now that they can kill you really fast if you go through that place. So to really be able to do maintenance in this farm, I actually have to go through the nether. It's safer to go through the bottom of the nether than to go through that portal. So yeah, I just got 4 wither skeleton heads. Oh yeah, this is a bottom slab. And they will despawn eventually. Maybe I should get rid of them anyway. Oh, no. To get rid of the souls. That way. And this guy will despawn or start an entity coming after a while. Alright. Now, where was I? Yeah, my wither skeleton farm. So I've shown the Battering Farm, Howling Farm, and the Ocean Monument, and the Wither Skeleton Farm. Now this side is the one that has most of my stuff. This will be a Froglife Farm, and has a Mushroom Island and a Magma Cream Farm. Also, I believe I'm gonna do probably do my gas farm over there, about 5,000 blocks in that distance. This is not really done, but it's a double zombie spawner that will be turned into a drown farm. If you, how do you call it? If you, I believe it's 25, 50 blocks on a straight line from wherever you hit a zombie. There's a chance that they will spawn reinforcements, and if you leave a zombie into the water, they will turn into drowned. So I use that mechanic to spawn pretty much zombies with a zombie spawner, drop them into water, make them drowned, and with that mechanic, hit them with a low damage sword. This is not a good sword for that. And then I'll get a reinforcement that can spawn with tridents and Nautilus shells, so I can have a drowned reinforcement farm. And also they spawn with sometimes copper, so it's a triple farm: copper, Nautilus shell, and trident farm. But it's not done yet, so cannot show you that. Yeah, this is my trial chamber. I actually explored this place. You can find them with a map, so it's not that bad. So what happens here is that this one I did actually overcomplicated it. You don't really need that much. Also, this doesn't really give me anything I want, to be completely honest. But eventually it will spawn a key on top of it, so I just go around and trigger the spawners. So they give me keys. Oh shit. I found debris spawner, the zombie spawner. The problem that I have with this kind of place is the fact that there's a limit. I must have left a block somewhere. Oh. So I must have left a block somewhere that it's misplaced on this part. They should not be able to get out. And that guy's been stubborn. Well, anyway, these farms are really not that complex or that well thought, because I don't really need that much for them. Since they spawn anyway on terrain that it's not suitable for them, it doesn't really matter. As you can see, it's not that important. Well, anyway, this is the Blaze farm, and not the Blaze, the trial chamber. But the problem is that these chests are single use, so it doesn't really matter if I get more keys. It really means not much. This is a potion, not a key. Oh shit, I fell again. How to block these stupid holes? Since pretty much all of these are already used. Oh, this one is not used. So it gave me an apple, arrow of poison, 2 emeralds, and a diamond chestplate with protection 1. Don't really need any of that, to be completely honest. So it's not that useful. Right. This one gave me potatoes. Oh, nice. This one is already used. Sometimes they can spawn with the potion of weaving, which makes them quite annoying. but it's fine. Not like it matters a lot. So what you can do, let me just put a few blocks. One there. Is take a ominous potion. And this will instantly trigger this again, but with stronger mobs. And you guys just run around with this thing triggering the stronger mobs, so you can have the stronger keys. This mechanic is actually quite useful if you wanna do breeze farms. Also, randomly you get attacked by potions or projectiles on top of your head, so have to be careful with that. Oh no. Breeze don't really do that much damage, but are kinda annoying to deal with. That should be enough. Some of these are the portion of weaving I mentioned. Oh, fuck. Anyway, it's as you can see, I have the effect of weaving in my hotbar. I guess I have to make that one block wider. Now this is how my villagers actually died, because what happened was that I was doing the one of these chambers. Potion. And this one has a key. Oh, click outside of it. Alright. So yeah, I use a ominous potion here and went back to my village and triggered a raid, and it was fine, but at least for a little while. But suddenly I have to go to a little bit far away because I was getting killed by the Vexes, and then the evokers killed my villagers. So yeah, don't recommend it. That's fine. Hopefully they can stop skipping now. This is not really a design farm, it's just I'm just using this place to get some keys. So it's not really a design as much as I'm just using this place. This one gave me, I believe, arrows. Not sure though. Oh no, potatoes. I don't really have much use for those since I don't have another one of those. Alright. Let's go then. That's fine. It's not about thing. Oh, I forgot the respawn is up here. So this strong chamber is actually quite useful because you can find some interesting potions on these things. You can get potion of oozing, potion of infestation, I believe, and obviously potion of weakness. So they are useful for getting that. And of course the breeze. What is that? Meat. As you can see, that was a potion of infestation. So yeah, these places are quite useful, especially because of all the copper stuff that is here. You can mine everything out, and you can have a ton of copper bulbs, copper, pretty much everything, and the potions. So it's nice. I should have bring a couple bucket of milk. Now I cannot really return to my base until the omen effect is gone. So fun fact, this one is actually the spear is so dangerous. This one is right at the same place where my gunpowder farm is, so I cannot have a direct access to my gunpowder farm because this trial chamber is right there in the same exact place as the other one. It's a funny thing that happened that I honestly was not expecting, but whatever, right? So yeah, I already have a maze, and I don't know what to do with the breeze farm besides having a maze. So I haven't really upgraded that one that much. This is the first villager outpost I found, but as you can see, there was no alley, and I was planning to do the Oman farm here, but it didn't happen because the terrain is bad. So it's I was trying to make it flat, but it was too much work to be honest because it's right on the side of a mountain, and this place has a lot of land to flatten, and on the other side I have to expand the land manually. So I decided to better search for another outpost because it was not worth it. But yeah, that was the first outpost I found. This is um, my spider farm. I wanted to transform the villagers via potion of weakness, so I made this. It's not a big deal. This farm, it's kinda odd. I tried making it so the spiders have to go a certain direction, and they end up here. But yeah, it was one of the first farms I made. As you can see, they cannot hit me here, but they try. And obviously I can hit them. But it's not a perfect system, because they still try to escape, unless I give them a clear way to me. But if that's the case, if I don't really, I'm very careful with it, it ends up being bad for me. So this was one of the first ones I did, farms. I didn't remember how to do a spawner farm, so this is an improvised design, but it's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. And to do something with it, I only have to. Oh, please don't do the screen. The only thing I have to do is this. Then I put some light in there, and that disables the spawner, and then I can do maintenance here. But I don't really have anything to do with it, so it's kind of pointless for me to deactivate it right now. But it's okay farm. It's easy to use, and it gave me enough experience to repair my stuff when I needed it. I'm gonna leave that there. I don't really need it. Also, obviously, for my villager trading, it was good. So yeah, it's a okay farm, I guess. Oh yeah, this is the most dangerous farm I have done until this point is the Enderman farm. The Enderman, not the Enderman, the Obsidian farm. Since it was a wither-based Enderman farm, right now it's broken because I killed the silverfish. Because this guy was keep shooting, but it's really easy to get a silverfish. You just have to search for an infested block around here, and then trap the silverfish here. Then put items on these two droppers, so that he goes up. He won't go through the portal, but he will shoot the snowball through the portal, refreshing this side. Then he shoots into a wither that is spawned right here, and you stand there with a wall behind you. I have that so it has a refreshing wall, because they changed something about how the bubble column interacts with the wither skull, so it sends it really way far up, and the blue skull it still goes straight. So I just put two water source and a lava source, so it constantly refreshes the wall. As for what's down here, it's really simple. It's a collection system, and as you can see, it has quite a bit of obsidian. It even has some endstone of when you spawn the wither. It's really good to get obsidian this way. It's really easy, and you pretty much only have to run it once. This was done because I needed obsidian for many things, portals and stuff, but also because I wanted to do a gas farm. Obviously, I don't have an Enderman farm yet because I've been lazy about it. I don't really need Enderman for the experience. I only need them for the pearls. And you kill a few and you get pretty much a bunch of stacks. So that's why I haven't really done much with it. Now this is my obviously the video I made about the armadillos, but there's a few problems with this farm, to be honest. It does give a ton of items. It does give a ton of items, right? But the main thing is that, oh, here it is. The armadillos do die, actually. These guys do die. Right now it's only 16 armadillos. There should be, I'm sorry, there should be 24. So 8 of them died. So what I'm thinking happened is most likely I need an axe. Where is it? Don't need the wood. That's fine. So probably what's killing them was the oh my god, again. Don't need that. The silverfish probably killed them because they can see them. And I believe this will work better for that way, so they cannot really hit them, even if they can see them. And probably I should make this one go deeper, at least one block, so that the silverfish cannot really jump and kill them that easily. But I have to tweak with the design a bit. This is my boat? Alright. I don't really know what the scutes are used for, but it doesn't really matter. A few wither skeleton things here. Alright. And I still have 3 using potions there. Trial Omen. I don't really want to go back right now, but oh, whatever. As you can see, there's even a bunch of stuff here. And a bunch of Enderman. Let's see. thing. No, I want this. Don't do it. Alright. Now I want to grab some milk. Don't really want to go back right now because I'll trigger a raid, so... Okay, now I can go back. I have no idea what those things are used for. The armadillo's good, so whatever, I'm just gonna leave them there. Just using this as a trash bin, to be honest. But it used to have some stuff I wanted. Whenever I needed the beds for that farm, I used this one, so it's not that bad. Let's empty out this farm. So what I do is, since I don't really want to complicate myself, I usually just drop it. And since it has an auto sorter and auto crafter here, this one goes into a composter, that goes into this chest that I don't really use for anything. This is kinda annoying, but whatever. This one goes into the iron farm, so iron block auto crafter. I leave it there because honestly it doesn't really matter if it triggers constantly. This is only for the water to not get in. This was all underwater, so it's pretty much not a big thing. Same auto crafter. Max signal composter. You can also use another crafter with a comparator. Comparator in subtraction mode, into a block, into redstone dust, into a repeater, into a block that powers this crafter once the signal strength is 9. It's not really that complex. The piglin with the spear are really dangerous. those weapons have really low cooldown, and if they grab you wrong, they can kill you, one shot you. So they're really dangerous. They might not seem like it, but they are really dangerous. So yeah, this is my end. This is my, what do you call it, my gold farm. I don't like flying up in the nether because I can lose sight of the floor, and since it's really a single color, it's sometimes hard to know how fast are you going and how close you're to the ground, so you can actually splat down really easily on the nether. So I try to be careful with that. This one again, it has a farm with the pilgrims to be gold. So you can see it's not that complex. Have a bucket of lava. That's very important for the farm. Then we put pretty much everything else on the here. We have this one, and the rest we fill with nuggets and an ingot, and then we start swinging away. And this pretty much gives me way more XP than I need. Also gives a ton of gold, obviously. And the bucket of lava is because of this. We get rid of the swords and everything else. The spring ups I cannot absorb, so it's lag friendly. I don't actually use magma cubes for this part. I actually use what do you call it? The soul soil. And since piglins can spawn on a light level of I believe 12, no 11, and soul soil has a light level when it's ignited of 10. You can pretty much use soul instead of magma blocks if you don't have them. It's all really dependent of where your nether is. In my case, it was more useful for me to do that because I had access to a ton of soul soil. So it was faster for me to use that instead of using the. Then we step back. And we do it again. Just like that. You can get quite a bit of gold with this farm, and it's really easy to make. So yeah, this is pretty much a late game farm. So You can even set up a macro for it to automatically hit each, I don't know, second and a half, 2 seconds. So the tripping edge recharges properly. And pretty much it never runs out of piglins. So it's a good farm. Obviously this doesn't have a fancy pickup system because it's really complex. You have to do what you call it, pistons with cobwebs and auto sorters and auto cutter. But since I don't really need that much gold, I just did this, which is the minimum design you need for an effective gold farm. And whenever you fail, you just do this. And you repeat again. As you can see, even if I don't do anything, they die because of the entity crowning. Since MOBA are teleported to the overworld, it's always max cap of, you see, 70, and it can actually go over the cap. There's a way to make it more effective, which is using boats. Having a bunch of stack of boats here. I'm done for now with the farm, so I'll take my step back. You can actually use this to get other resources, you know? Like, obviously rotten flesh and all that. Why do I... Right. So that's my gold farm, which is really good, I think. For what I need, it's good enough. Oh, let me see. Of course, this is my witch farm, which is actually broken at this point. But let me show you how it works. Oh shit. Can I grab my bed? Where is my bed? So the reason why it's broken right now is because here it is. I accidentally broke it when I was changing the. This was originally built with cobblestone, not with this smooth stone. So I changed a few things. I put cobblestone. I put the tinted glass, which I haven't put finished putting back on. and I had Johnny villager leaders because are they have two mechanics that are really useful. They are completely aggressive against everything, not only the player, mobs, whatever. And since they are mob leaders, they can direct other mobs to attack the mobs they want. That does not exclude the members of their own raid, so makes it a really fun mechanic that you actually can. Let's see. Yeah, it's sealed. All right. So as you see, there's a witch right there, and it's not going towards the planes down, right? But what happens with this guy? First, let me show you how this thing is repaired, because it's kind of funny. Also, it's better to use chest plate here. Right. It's actually not that complex to do it, but you do have to know a bit of the mechanics to be able to pull it off. First of all, we need once you got him here, you gotta seal off any way that he can escape. He cannot jump over this because it's just a one block gap. And down here is where we need them to stand, right? So we put two trapdoors like this. From the side, the mobs cannot see this trapdoor. This is like a transparent block for them from the side. But obviously we can use it like this. If you are unsure of how to do it, if you want to be more careful, you can actually get him closer. By using blocks, I don't know, dirt. Example like this. Until you can see the boat. The important thing is you can see the hitbox of the boat. Right? Now we remove the leaf. Remove the boat. And that easy. Truthfully, that easy. So I've seen some people struggle with this part, but it's not really that hard. You just have to know a bit of mechanics of this thing, and it's really easy to manipulate the journeys to do whatever you want. Now he can see that witch. There's a trapdoor over there, so that they can barely see each other, and he will be aggressive towards her, and pretty much anyone else that sees her will try to jump down that hole. Probably should actually block his sight a little bit. That's fine. So I don't have problem with the other Johnny. Right. We'll go this way. Now, like I said, you really want to stop him from going anywhere. That it's not where you want it, so just have to block him so he doesn't escape. Because once he escapes, it's kind of a problem. That's it. Now I have this actually is kind of a dumb way to do a witch farm, if I'm being completely honest, because I don't have a classical killing method. Right. So you see, there's a witch there. They can see the witch. They'll make every other witch attack that witch. But the the pillagers make so that witch doesn't use poison when they're in a raid or close to them, I believe. So what happens is that they see her, the witch, and they instruct every other witch to attack that witch. They try to attack her, but they jump into the hole and they go down. As you can see, the witch that was down here is no longer here. And so, what you see, what I mean? If we are here, we'll start to get healed because the witch is using regeneration potion instead of poison potion. So there's no chance that this witch dies or that is killed by other witches, and there's no chance that these guys die. So it's really useful. It's an approach that it's by do not to name that I believe is part of the technical community of Minecraft, but it's a really useful mechanic. This design of the farm is all about that. And down here, this is the killing method and the storage. I haven't taken redstone. I have more redstone than I probably will need ever. This is the killing method. It's a zombified piglin with a spear. With it's dangerous because he does a lot of damage. With the same other that it's a snow golem hitting a zombified piglin. So it's just about that. I've thought about replacing this guy, this with magma block, to be able to get a fire resistant potion. Because if you kill the witch when it's holding a potion, you can actually farm it, which is really useful if you want to get potions, extra potions. So you see, it's getting hit by the golem, right? It's not enough space for anything to spawn. It has light, everything is cool. So the golem is not really in any danger of dying, and the aggro is maintained all the time by that guy. Everything is done. Everything is set. Really like to watch the farm work, but it's a shame that since the mobs don't spawn within, I believe, 28 blocks of the player, you cannot really see it work unless you have mods that allow you to take advantage of the of something that allows you to move the cam. Up to this, maybe I can just This is actually important. So this is a technical reason. They have only that amount of spawn space, right? So the only way to there's something called how do you call it? I forgot. It's basically the mechanic tells the game that they try to spawn monster here, but this is not an available spawn space. So then they go to the next available spawn space, which is inside of that place. So the I believe group spawning or something like that, which allows it to spawn way more mobs than it could normally do. It's something kind of funny, but it works on with all the farms. This is why you don't really want to have your AFK space directly above it, but I was lazy and I didn't really want to change the place where I put my AFK spot, but this is to increase the amount of spawns that there is in the farm. Having it up there reduces the effectiveness of the farm, but it's really effective either way. Where's it? Where's my other shulker? Oh, here it is. Actually. Alright. This is obviously my organization. I have logs, copper, gunpowder, sand, TNT, fireworks, gold, wither skeleton, turtle eggs, blaze rods, blue eyes, pretty much everything I need for building a farm if I ever want to. Smooth stone or cobblestone, in fact, depending on what I'm trying to do. So yeah, this is a good farm and it's really easy to make. It's actually really easy to make. The only complicated thing is understanding the mechanics that use that are used in this farm. It's really the complicated stuff here. So yeah, this farm produces so much redstone. I must have like I don't know 20 or more redstone blocks, stacks of redstone blocks. So I'm pretty much set for whatever I want to do. And it's honestly one of my favorite mechanic. The pillager one. I mean, you can see it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's little white dots that are running into the white dot in the middle, and you can see even my zombified piglin killing them. You can see it better at night, but it's you can see it right now. You can see the two vindicators and all the witches running into the hole. So this farm at some point produces even more that I can actually take with the hoppers. So sometimes if I go F3 and 1 and tick entities, sometimes you will see the items start growing in size until it's 11 12%. So it's probably need a better collection system. but I haven't really improved too much on it. And as it is right now, it kind of keeps up. But if I add an extra thing that does damage, it actually moves it a little. So I'm not sure. But yeah, it's one of my favorite farms. This one. It was really easy to make too. So the shifting floors one, it's probably easier in terms of it's less dangerous because this one has a high chance of killing you. Vindicators do so much damage that they can pretty much two shot you if you have an elytra. So it's dangerous. But with protection for chest plate, you actually can take quite a bit more hits. I don't really want to AFK here right now, so I was just in a few seconds, and I already have a few stacks of redstone. This place was empty when I started. It produces gunpowder, redstone, a bunch of stuff. Oh, shit. And this is not that complex. It's the same mechanic I use with the creepers. A trapdoor and a slab. The slab for it cannot be seen. The trapdoor is to avoid him getting onto the block. Without the trapdoor, the minecart will get onto this thing. We use gravity to push it back down, and we use just a simple rail. The items will go all the way over this place, so you need hoppers under this, and this will eventually lead them to where you need them. We only have there's a lever right there. This is Bob. I don't know why I like the name Bob, but I name pretty much everyone that I use Bob. It's an old thing I do. Alright. But yeah, this is a funny farm for me. Sometimes there's a guy that stands up there, but once another witch spawns, he will push him down. And even if it doesn't, eventually he will despawn, I guess. But if you're AFK up there, it doesn't really matter. Like I said, it will eventually push him down. So it's fine. There's a vine right there. Right in front, there's a vine. You can see it. This is because it prevents entity collision. So it doesn't matter if many which are trying to get through the same place. They will eventually get there. You saw how fast did he kill it? Those things are dangerous. The spears are really dangerous. They are not balanced. They actually can one-shot you. If you get hit by one guy that has an enchanted spear with sharpness 5, they can one-shot you. Because there's not another thing that damaged that witch. Only it fell from here to there, which is, I don't know, have a health at max. So yeah, the small light is coming from below. I can remove it, but it's for my mental peace more than anything. To be honest, I don't really need the light that's downstairs, but I'd rather have it than not have it. Well, and that was my witch farm. I guess I'll put this somewhere because it's... I don't have a general mob farm on this world because I don't see really a point. The bone meal I need I actually get from my bone meal farm, and if I want bones I can just get it from the wither skeleton farm, and I also farm coal. So no, yeah, I forgot. This is a simple trick, by the way. So you can have a teleporter that goes into the nether and one that goes into the roof. You just have to... This one is the piglin that I have down there is actually came from this portal. You just have to make it so that the other portal is 128, and this will go to the nether roof because the coordinates, if they are precise, they will actually link pretty well. You can use such mechanics to make some things more complex, like a gas farm. So now that farm is complete. I even repaired it. I still need frogs, so that note stays. This one, I believe I needed vines. So what I did was create this portal, blow it up, go into it, and go back out. So I can have easy access to the forest. It's also a jungle. You can see. Have easy access to the what's it name? Warp forest. But I have not really made this one safe. And like I said, I only have to go to put a block here. That should be enough, I believe. Maybe not actually. Yeah, it was not enough. Well, it doesn't matter, to be honest. I have more blocks. Oh fuck. Doesn't have college. Oh, anyway. I can still do it this way. The shotgun is important. Right. I hit rain on the. Let's just start. We can do this. Whatever. I have a lot of obsidian. Doesn't matter. Alright. Put a few torches. We spawn. We should be able to go back to the nether roof. My shotgun box. Just verify. Yeah. Right. So this is to the war forest. This one is to the savannah, where I have the also what do you call it? This one is a little bit off because I have a few portals scattered around, and also there's terracotta nearby. I don't actually remember how far it is, but there's terracotta nearby, I believe. This one is. I don't remember which one is this one. This is Bastion, a piglin bastion. I remember. It's a bastion down there. As you can see, piglin bastion. It's already looted, but it's still dangerous. So the brutes are hit very hard. Oh, I'm lagging. This is obviously so I don't fall. This is to my desert, I believe. This is the desert. This desert was planned to be where I used to. Well, I will do the general mob farm, but there's a problem. They nerfed the desert farms. It's still good if you want to avoid the spawning so much zombies. But the weight of the spawns go more towards the spiders and the witches. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to even do that. I cleared a piece of the desert here because I was mining for sand so I can do TNT. So this is why it's kind of flat. But also this is a warm ocean for coral and stuff. Also pufferfish, which are useful for the. I don't remember if there's invisibility or the night vision. I don't remember. Or the water. No, water breathing. Yeah, pufferfish are for water breathing. So they're quite useful if you want to build something underwater or want to explore an ocean monument, which I already did to get some. Oh shit! No, no, no. Wrong way. Wrong way. And this way. Is this where I want to do the gas farm? I don't remember. It's been a while. Yeah, I usually want to do the gas farms very far away from your base because they are quite dangerous. Since you are using the mechanic of despawning them and immediately. Where is it? Oh shit. Oh yeah, I put him. Put it away. That's fine. Just making sure because sometimes you lose shulker like that. Yeah. This is the gas farm. It's already planned out. Here's gonna be the gas farm, and this is gonna be the exit of the gas farm to the overworld. If I ever want an exit to the overworld to maintain the killing chamber. The chamber is planned to be using a combination of probably wither roses and or magma blocks and not wither roses because gas are immune to magma. Wither roses and probably zombified piglin with a spear. Hmm. This way is to a woodland mansion. I remember now. I wanted a lay, so I went to this woodland mansion, and I got 4, but I lost a few in the nether, and I don't know where they are. The woodland mansion was. I can't remember. It was either that way or that way. No, this is a village. This is not a woodland mansion. Huh, funny. I didn't even know that there was a village there. No? Huh. I don't remember what the woodland mansion is, but it's around here somewhere. The thing is, I wanted a lace. That's the main thing. Yeah, I don't remember. And that's pretty much all I've done in the hardcore world, to be honest. It's not that bad, but I don't think I've done. I pretty much done everything I wanted in this world. The only things I could be doing at this point is taking this down and making a more effective uh, sugarcane farm, which is not that hard. I could do a guardian farm, and I could also do general mob farm, a frog life farm, but I'm pretty much done with this world. I don't have much things to do left. This is, by the way, not a really effective way of doing it, but I was lazy, so it works, so it's fine. But I was being lazy, to be honest. But it works really fine, so as you can see, not really backed up, so and it produces quite a bit of wood. In fact, probably this one was enough wood for me to begin with. This I get, I believe it got filled on upon there, and I use these shulkers to make the creeper farm. And I thought it wasn't enough, but it was enough. So bamboo farm are the best for getting those resources. Let's see. And I need 4 more. All right. I do this every once in a while, and I'll just let it go, and eventually have enough for farms and stuff. Okay, yeah, pretty much that's it. Can do that. I can do that. I have 2 boats. I don't know why I have 2 boats, but whatever. I don't remember where my lost cave was now that I think about it. I found a lost cave, but I don't really remember where it was. Uh, oh yeah, it's in the zombie spawner. I remember now. I guess I'll take one bucket. I know you can make an automatic smelter with fuel, and I could probably use the wood from the farm, but I don't really smelt that much items. And glass I buy it from the villagers, and smooth stone is the only thing I use, and I pretty much already built all the farms I wanted. So I'm not sure what I would use a smelter for. Pretty much I have so much honey at this point that I don't really need many things. One this already has a stack on it. Oh. Sometimes I lose equipment that way, so have to be careful. Come on, fill up one. I remember the old days of Minecraft, so this is why I have a bed, a red bed, because before you can only have a red bed. So it reminds me when I started playing Minecraft a long time ago. So yeah, this was a fun challenge to do hardcore, but at the same time it was stressful beating the game. But by beating it, I realized so many things about the game. That pretty much the most important thing you need to have is protection and feather falling. That I don't really like shields as much as other people do. I rather have the ender pearls. I have quite a bit of. I have 3 extra netherite things. As you can see, I'm starting to put the extra blocks of redstone here because everything else is filled. It's filled with books. It's filled with stuff I might need. The disc, the rare, the all the dream armors that I found. At this point in the game, I'm not sure. Look at many how many emeralds I have right now. So I'm really not sure what to do else in this game to continue this world. Maybe I'll do the guardian farm another time. And this one can be turned off, by the way. Have to do that. And we'll stop the generating blocks. So yeah, this setup is actually useful for me. It actually is kind of funny that I've learned this setup quite a few years ago and it still works really fine. Also, it allows me to have them on a set place that I don't have to keep thinking about or searching for something in particular. I remember when this was the only type of slime form you could use. Oh too powerful. This is not a very well set up farm either way, because I used to have a AFK spot all the way up there, but since the all around here are not lit caves, and it's a big cave around here, this one doesn't really spawn that much slime. The mob cap red gets filled really fast with other things, so it's not an effective mob farm. I believe this is spawn that way. That's why it's marked. I could also make a gold farm using llamas, but I already have a gold farm, so there's no point. I could use an automatic sheep one, but I don't really need that much wool to begin with. And also I can use the string from the spider farm to make wool if I need beds. The original design of this farm has a few problems, to be honest. It uses a dropper clock originally, and since the dropper clock was not working properly, I used just a normal clock with a gate that opens and closes so that they can stop seeing the zombie for a second. But this design doesn't really work because a zombie is not good enough for the farm, and since you need about 16 blocks in distance between each one of these to be able to properly work and not going to the cooldown, the way iron farms work is that once they spawn a golem, these villagers go into a cooldown, and then they check after, I believe, 5 minutes if there is a golem around, and if there is not a golem around, they will spawn another one. But the problem is that with this farm, they're close enough that they can mess with each other's spawns. So it will be more effective to put one in each corner and use a pillager instead of a zombie. Because right now it's set up this way because at the max range, one of the villagers that sleeps on this bed will see the zombie. And with that, they will be able to spawn a golem. But it's a little bit of a odd design, and it doesn't work a lot of the time. Also, you have to spawn proof everything, and it's kinda annoying. So yeah, I have to change the design of this to have a pillager and move these ones over here, over there, and put another one there, and it will be a quadruple spawner, golem spawner. That's fine, and probably a pillager will work fine there. But still, the problem is that with this design, there's another problem. Is that warden traders and llamas can kill the mob in the middle. It's super annoying whenever one of them spawns here and goes into the farm and kills him, because the llamas can speed up there and kill him. Super annoying, this part of the design. This is why I think probably we'll use the pillager I have on the nether and use the design that use water, so it's constantly jumping instead of this one where it's sitting on a boat. So he cannot be seen from down here, but he can be seen from up there. But I don't know, I have to redesign this thing. The concept is fine and it's good, but it has a few problems. Well, I guess that will be it for this stream. I only want to stream since I haven't streamed in a long while, and also to see if I remember how to stream. And yeah, show off some of the things I've done in my Minecraft world in this time. I still don't have a main house. I don't really think about that too much. I like the technical aspect of building farms, but I don't really care too much about building myself a house, which is kind of odd, I guess. I guess this is the house I use for everything, but I use the outside of the house, not the inside. So it's kind of odd. By the way, the thing that I said about heads using for a fast unloader can also be used with the dragon heads and with fully grown amethyst crystals. It can be done with both. With these ones, with the amethyst shards. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I know there's no many tutorials on how to do the Johnny farm. Actually, I don't think there's a tutorial on how to do it because it's not really that complex. The to know to name from the technical side of Minecraft didn't do a tutorial, only did a showcase. But there's fascinating things that you can do with that concept. Like I said, if you kill the witch with if you put a magma block in the ground and the witch falls on it, it will pull up a fire resistant potion. And if you can kill it whenever she is drinking her potion, she will drop a potion. You can do the same with potions of health and other stuff. That is why you can use witches to farm potions, which is quite useful. But yeah, there's many little things in Minecraft that no one explains to you, so it's kind of funny, don't you think? And these blocks, by the way, mark the bounding limits of where the golem can spawn, the iron golems. I was testing it out, and it's pretty much that range. But you don't really need to test it out. You can just see the information available, or use carpet mod, designed by Nemon, to see the boxes of all the villagers and what they do. This used to be my source of redstone, but one of them died, and pretty much ever since I made the witch farm, I only use these guys for lapis lazuli. I think I've showed everything. I have a small setup here with sea pickles, and just bone meal them, and I can get some pickles to use on other farms. Though I don't really use them a lot. There's a really funny setup where you can do an instant teleportation creeper farm, max radius creeper farm, where you put four sea pickles, a boat on top of them, and a creeper farm. And what happens is the creeper spawns, instantly gets pulled on the boat. The boat is low enough so it can clip through the a block on top of it, and on top of it you have obsidian. And the creeper goes into the nether where it's instantly killed. So you can get those million farms, 1.5 million farms, or something like that. The crazy clickbait titles are done like that by abusing the mechanic that once they get into the boat, they're no longer counted towards the mob cap, and once they go into the nether, they can be. They also don't count to the mob cap of the player, so it's abusing two mechanics that make it so that the farms are really, really, really fast. Other people have used update suppression So you can have a portal spawn with no light level. So you can do farms with portals. I believe there's two ways to trigger. No, there's a few ways to trigger update suppression. So you can get this block. This is not a particle. This is a block. So you can either charge like 1,000 chunks and pretty much lag the game so much that it stops updating the game, and then you can break this portal and the middle won't disappear, or spawn a portal and it won't have light level, so the light level will be 0, which is fascinating. There's a ton of neat tricks people do. For example, that you can manipulate the RNG of Minecraft using the same thing, where you use banners or a ton of chunks, and then you can, with that, force the game to produce a result, spawning a certain mob, or making it so that every time you break a block, it always gives the max amount of I don't know, ore. For example, you break a diamond block and it always gives 4. The people that play Minecraft actually have found such a complicated stuff for the game that it's impressive. And it's not that hard to understand, but the the simple mechanic of actually finding it is kinda odd to me. All some of the tricks were found out to be. So yeah, I'm just rambling at this point. Hope you guys enjoyed. I guess I'll see you guys on the next one. I probably will stop playing Minecraft for a while because I pretty much had my share of Minecraft. Maybe I'll do some tutorials on how to do some farms. But pretty much you can search YouTube and you'll find 100 tutorials. So it's probably pointless for me to do the tutorials. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.